I want to go back a few months, man. This summer, you look phenomenal, man. I thought that was an incredible performance. So talk to me, kind of what was clicking? Were there any changes you made? I mean, what was it that everything was good for you that night?
Man, really, like the camp was great. I had a lot of great people around me. My coaches were awesome. Definitely learning how to, especially I had a lot of great tools, and training with Eddie Chaw recently helped me to use more of my power that I thought I didn't have. I read some great books like what was that book, the Four Agreements, and I kind of like. It kind of clicked in my head, like I started to believe in myself, kind of like started breaking these agreements that I made with myself that, hey, maybe I'm just not a powerful guy or a hard hitter and stuff. And I started to really believe in my own power, really believe in myself, especially with the training alongside of it. I learned certain movements that I can really just channel that energy into it. And with that confidence, breaking those agreements that I made with myself as a child or when I was back in the day and stuff, just brought this new air of confidence, this new wave of emotion where I'm like, this guy doesn't belong in here with me. I'm like, it is my time. And I don't know, maybe I'm 29 and I'm finally hitting the beginning of my prime. Maybe I'm turning into a man finally, but I just felt really great out there and just felt like I had a lot that I was holding back.
That's interesting to talk about, maybe hitting your prime, because Cash, you've done this like 18 times now in the UFC, man. It's crazy. You always struck me as a guy that didn't want to be just about fighting. You know what I mean? To be honest, I didn't know if you'd be doing it this long. So to hear you say that you're just hitting your prime, I mean, do you feel like there's still a lot of fighting career left for you?
Well, like, to be honest, man, I love fighting. It's not fighting for the UFC, it's not MMA, it's not anything. I just like fighting people. Like, I don't get angry when I fight. I mean, everybody sees that. I enjoy fighting. Some people call it me being a violent person. I don't think I'm a violent person. I just enjoy the scrap. I like getting in people's faces. I like just trying to, I feel like it's a process of self-discovery. Ip Man said it the best, the goal is to strive, not to strive. So I'm really fighting against myself. I'm really fighting against myself to see where I stand, and hopefully in the future, I would have fought myself so many times that I have finally understood myself through the mirror image of other people, and I won't be fighting anymore. I'll be able to teach people and help people discover themselves as well through the beauty and art of martial arts.
So how much do you think about fighting when you're not fighting? Because you don't strike me as a guy that watches fights. You don't strike me as a guy that just lives it all the time. But it sounds like it is still very core to you as a person.
Well, yeah, of course. Martial arts is a beautiful thing. It's embedded in me. It saved my life. I wouldn't be here without it. I think about fighting a lot, but like I said, it's fighting. I don't watch MMA fights. To me, it's a sport. Don't get me wrong. I play the sport. It's fun. It's a good job. It pays me well. I love to do it. But I love to watch fighting. Like I'm always watching kung fu flicks. All sorts of like martial arts movies. Any type of like street fights are the best. I like to see people in real fucking situations. And see how they react and what their first notion is. See. Just to see that interaction. So I like watching still kung fu flicks, fights online, whatever. But fighting in general, the art of fighting, the art of the human body in motion. So it doesn't necessarily have to pertain to MMA fighting. To me, that's kind of boring to watch it.
Interesting, man. Well, I know you have a lot of interest outside of the cage too. So what have you been focused on the last couple months? I mean, besides getting ready for this, what have you been diving into?
Well, I've been a lot of things, trying not to spread myself too thin. Been reading a lot more books, getting back into science fiction novels, getting back into writing, playing some music and stuff like that. Just really expanding my horizons in the full sense of the word. Just trying to, like I said, it's a process of self-discovery. I'm just trying to get, just trying to understand who this person that I'm staring in the mirror all the time in the morning, who he is, just really looking for that person all the time. So it's not all about fighting, sometimes it's about cooking, but it's always a battle, it's always a process of self-discovery, of acquiring knowledge of self and becoming a better person every single day. Nothing matters but today, every day you're born again, and we just have to take advantage of it. We don't have a lot of time on this planet. As far as we know, this is everybody's first time. I know this is everybody's first time around, and as far as we know, this is the only time around. So I don't think we should limit ourselves to just one aspect of living, especially something that is man-made, like a sport or something like that.
Very nice. So the opportunity to fight in China comes up. You seem like a natural fit for this card, man. I mean, did you put your hand in the air and say, man, get me on that card, or did they kind of know, Bruce Leroy wants to get on this card?
Well, no, I kind of asked for it. They were offering me to fight in California. Well, first it was in Mexico City, and I would have took that fight with Andre Fili, but he shot it down and says, no, I'll fight you in Cali at a later date. And I'm like, and then I heard about the fight in China. I'm like, no, you can take the fight yourself in Cali. I'm gonna go to China. And I like to travel. Honestly, I like to see places I've never been to. I feel like it. I forgot what somebody said. I don't want to get into a slave mentality in a sense. I don't want to get stuck in one place. And I've seen too much of the world. I wouldn't make a good slave anyway. It's the best enemy to bigotry. It's the best enemy to any type of racism. It's the best enemy to any type of separation. It's to go and travel and experience cultures. And it's there's a quote that my English teacher told me when I was in 10th grade. Once a mind has been expanded to new horizons, it can never return to its original dimensions.
I like that, man. That's nice. So how's China been treating you so far? Looks like you picked up some new threads over here.
Yeah, man. China's been great. I've been first day here. No, what was it? I believe the second day here because we got here pretty late, so wanted to get some sleep. But the second day here, we got out, got to see some of the city, and it's a beautiful place. Can't wait to see more of it. Right after this interview, I'm probably going to go out and see some more of it.
Very nice. Fighting a newcomer here in the UFC. You know anything about him? I mean, it's somebody that we don't know much about. Do you go out of your way to kind of research and look for him, or do you just kind of just get in there and get ready?
Yeah, I watched a couple videos, but I usually leave that stuff up more to my coaches, and really put the trusting hands into them and what they feel like is best for me to handle the fight. Because honestly, even though all the research we're going to do, at the end of the day, it's going to be me and him in there. And sometimes I just don't listen and do what I'm going to do anyway. I don't mean to be like that sometimes, but it's hard. I like fighting so much that I got to do it my way. In a sense, it's the best way that I can learn mostly about myself. It seems like he's a very strong opponent, he's a very experienced opponent. I believe he's like #1 in China. So it's going to be a good dethroning, so to speak.
I like it. Well, man, like I said, you've been doing this a long time, man. I feel like we watched you grow up right in front of our eyes, man. What does this fighting journey have left for you, man? What are the goals? Where do you go from here in your UFC career?
Honestly, I don't know, man. I'm still very young. I keep getting older, but I just don't get older in a sense. I don't know what it is. It's hard, it's weird too. Like ever since, especially since I became I believe it was like 4 or 5 years ago, became fully vegan. I feel younger than I used to feel when I was younger. Now, I honestly feel a different energy about me. Maybe it's the emotional baggage that I dropped and left behind. Maybe it's discovering myself. Maybe it's regaining that new confidence. Maybe it's just letting go of those agreements that I made for myself. But I just feel very vital. I feel like I want to learn, therefore I cannot be stopped.